How's it going, people? Oh my goodness. I hope everybody's doing well. I hope everybody's having a fantastic start to their week. Weekend is over. Sorry to all of you 9 to 5ers, Monday through Fridayers. Man. And I wasn't even gonna go live tonight. But stuff was going on, and then I was like, you know what? Fuck it, man. Let me kick it with my people. So there's a few things to talk about. Now, there's some motions that were filed, but I don't know if I'm going to go over them. I might wait till tomorrow. Clever, that's not going to fly, bro, but
oh, here we go.
I think we got a super dad. Super dad. I think we got a super dad. Super dad. Super dad. Super dad. I think we got a super dad.
How dare you?
Buzzing for Truth, thank you so much. What the heck happened today? Give us details. Good to see you, Buzzing for Truth. So a few things happened. So and I'll go over the article. Ted Daniel posted something via Boston 25 News and saying that he has sources who, and I trust him. And so I trust his sources. I'm sure that that's something that he definitely heard, which is that the federal investigation into the Karen Reed investigation has been closed. Now, I have a couple of problems with this, which we'll get into in a little bit. And man, it's awesome that so many of you guys are in here right now, man. Like, I'm really stoked. So especially since I didn't really plan on going live. So man, how about Nan Gallagher, y'all? How about Nan Gallagher, dude? Seriously, like, amazing. Like, you guys saw my community post. She is someone whose word is to be not taken lightly. Her word is better than gold to me right now, as well as her insight. I find her insight to be incredibly valuable. And I think it takes a hell of a heart, and someone, it's what a blessing to have someone with her type of insight and to be so supportive of Karen, just because she can. She always feels like, she seems to always feel as if she can do more. And people like that, that come into anyone's life, even on a level like she is with the rest of us, it's a blessing. And it's definitely a blessing for Karen, and I'm sure that Karen's family is very appreciative of her. But I know that we are, because man, you guys, I gotta tell you, like, thank you guys. First of all, thank you guys so much for all of the super chats. But I'm not gonna lie, like, I like to be able to go over them. So I'll probably do a whole nother stream where I just go over all of those somehow, maybe, I don't know. But if I don't, please don't be upset with me. They were overwhelming, and I'm really grateful to you guys for all that support. And it was really awesome. And I got to be honest, it was probably the most I ever made in super chats in one stream. And it was just all because you guys believe in the content and the channel. You believe in me, and you believe in Nan, and most importantly, you believe in Karen. And for her to offer something that to me was outrageous, because I started to get nervous for Like, I'm not gonna lie, towards the end of the stream, I'm starting to get nervous for her. And I was just like, holy shit, man, like this is a lot, you know. Don't get me wrong, I'm super grateful, but I was just like, wow. But she, like, without even thinking, she just, you know, I let her know, like, hey, you know, this is how it works. And I was like, I don't think anyone expects you to take to match the whole amount. Because YouTube takes, and rightfully so. I'm not one to complain about that. You know, YouTube takes 30% of anything that you make through the YouTube channel. So super chats and super stickers and memberships and all of those things. Those are all YouTube takes 30% of that. At least it was 30 last I checked. It could be more now. But and so but I'm the kind of guy, you know, I used to play music, and the way it is, you got to pay the house. It's just how it is, you know. You pay the house, and YouTube is the house. It has provided me with this platform to be able to reach all of you guys, and I couldn't be more grateful. So I don't mind YouTube getting their cut. So but I let Nan know this, and I was like, I most people understand this. Most people already know this about YouTube monetization. So you know, I don't think anybody expects you. And then what I can do is I could take a screenshot of, once the live is processed fully, usually takes about 24 hours. I'll take a screenshot of what I made and I'll send it to you. And she was like, okay. And then she was like, I'm confused. Is that the entire amount, or is that the, and I was like, no, that's just what I get. And then she was like, and it's 30% that they take. And I was like, yeah. And then she just did the math and then matched 100%, like even YouTube's cut, which is crazy. So it was great. So hopefully, yeah, I didn't think that I was going to be able to make a trip to Boston anytime soon again, but if this month keeps going the way that it's going, I just might be able to. So I'm really grateful to you guys for that. And I'm determined to attend a standout. I have not attended a standout, and every time I try, something happens. Either we don't hear about it in time, or it gets canceled due to weather. And but yeah, you guys are just amazing. So I'm so grateful to you guys for all of your support. So I'm sorry that I could not read each of the super chats, but as I said, I mean, there was up to close to 100 starred comments. I was looking at my StreamYard and I was like, holy shit. So it was just impossible to keep up with. And, you know, we wanted to end the live stream after 3 hours because she has her family, and because Turtle Boys was starting at 9, and the whole kind of strategy there was to go just before Turtle Boys stream, kind of warm everybody up for that. And tomorrow we're going to do the same thing. So tomorrow Nan will be on again, and we will be discussing these. Now, I have not decided if I'm going to stream. There's going to be a lot of great channels that are going to be streaming the hearing live. I might stream the hearing live. I just haven't decided yet. But what I will definitely be doing is going over a recap. So whether I do the live and the recap remains to be seen. But the recap is definitely happening. And Nan will be joining me for that. So I'm really excited about it.
Oh, here we go.
I think we got a super cat. Super fan. I think we got a super cat. Super fan. Super cat. Super fan. 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 I think we got a super cat.
How dare you?
Deja Vu Trial 2. Thank you so much. Get to Boston again for the trial. I will do my very, very best. I mean, I think I've at least proven that if I can go, I will. I think I've proven that over and over. I have gone 4 times already in the past year, and I don't regret one of those trips. It was absolutely fantastic every time. I have yet to have a bad experience there. Knock on wood.
Oh, here we go. Yeah.
I think we got a super cat. Super fan. I think we got a super cat. Super fan. Super cat. Super fan. 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 I think we got a super cat.
How dare you?
Commonwealth of Massachusetts accuse it. I think sources are distracting. Commonwealth of Massachusetts. I think that's pretty clever. I think you've got handle of the day for today so far, unless one better comes along. But your handle of the day so far, most definitely. I think sources are distracting from the whooping Spanky is going to be handed at by Alan Jackson tomorrow, as well as talk about habeas and dismissal motions. Good point. I can't say that I disagree with you on that. I think that is very, 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 very likely. So yeah, and thank you so much. Now, let me pull this shit up real quick. All right, hold on. All right. All right, I got to search. Excuse me. Okay. So let's check this out real quick.
We broke for you on Boston25News.com this afternoon. It involves the federal investigation into her arrest and prosecution. Let's get right to investigative reporter Ted Daniel. Ted.
Uh-oh. And Sandor, thank you so much. You rock because you see all big picture. Thank you, Will. Thank you. You see it too. Appreciate you. Let's see what our boy Ted has to say.
Hi, Carrie. 2 sources tell me the federal probe of the Karen Reed case has officially ended and no charges will be filed. Both sources tell me the U.S. Attorney's Office in Boston notified state and local law enforcement last week. One source tells me the feds communicated this to Canton Police, State Police, and the Norfolk DA's office. As 25 Investigates has reported, the federal investigation was focused on allegations that Reed has been...
Let me be abundantly clear before I let Ted go on here. I don't believe a fucking word of it. I don't believe that to be true at all. I mean, the Canton Police, the Massachusetts State Police, and the Norfolk County DA's office have all been blatantly corrupt in our faces for the last 3 years. Blatantly corrupt. Not that this is not an exaggeration. So I'm here to tell you that with everything in excuse me, I'm sorry. With every bit that I can muster from the bottom of my balls, I call bullshit on this. There's no fucking way. There's no planet where I believe that these feds would contact the most corrupt people blatantly corrupt people for the past 3 years, and them alone, to tell them that they stopped investigating them. No fucking way. There's nothing about feds that I have learned over the years of covering cases that indicates to me that they would do anything that extremely careless, unprofessional, and foolish. There is no fucking way that that happened. Nightclubs, thank you so much. It's a big, fat fucking lie. I absolutely 100% agree. So just let that be known while Ted continues his report here. Now, it's not Ted who I doubt. I want to be very clear about that.
Has been framed for the murder of John O'Keefe. We know that state police detectives were called to testify in front of a federal grand jury, and a number of people that the Norfolk DA's office identifies as witnesses were questioned. The feds turned over thousands of pages from.
And you don't think it's a coincidence? Because let me tell you something, with all the coincidences, so-called coincidences that have taken place in this case, you're going to tell me that you have a brain in between your ears and you think that it's a coincidence that this gets leaked to the press the day before this hearing, after the last hearing where attorney Liza Little made it clear that the investigation was ongoing, as well as Hank Brennan even confirming it later when he was talking. If you have a brain in between your ears and you think that timing is a coincidence, you need to get a CAT scan. You need to get like an EEG or whatever the fuck, where they make you sleep the whole time and they glue the fucking wires to your head and check your patterns, bro. Because, I mean, I don't know. Like, I wonder if there's like an AI thing in development that just scans your brain and determines whether or not you're stupid. Like, I wonder if that's in development right now. It's scary if it is, but let me not get too far off here because yeah, because I will go on a rant about AI and robots and scanning brains.
From their investigation prior to Reed's first trial, a lot of it was beneficial to Reed's defense. I spoke with defense attorney Marty Kane, a former prosecutor, about all this afternoon.
Should the public feel, hey, that they probably did a pretty thorough job, went down every rabbit hole they could?
I think it is safe to say that the U.S. Attorney's Office does their homework. They are, if they
Right. So let's hear that question one more time.
Should the public feel, hey, that they probably did a pretty thorough job, went down every rabbit hole they could?
I think
So should we feel that the feds did a thorough job and went down every rabbit hole they could? As a member of the public, I can only speak for myself. No. And the reason why my answer is no is because I don't know what their investigation consisted of. I know some things about the investigation. I know that they hired ARCA. I know that they had their own PhD expert check Jen McCabe's phone. I mean, but I don't know in its entirety everything that they did. And I'm nobody to determine whether they did a thorough investigation or not until I see all of the details of their investigation. And still, I'm a layman. I'm not an experienced investigator. So what the fuck do I know? But as a member of the public, I can't sit here and say, okay, yeah, I'm satisfied. Do I trust the U.S. attorney considering their track record? Sure. Sure. But if they drop the investigation, I'm not going to have a whole lot of faith in them. I'll be honest, because I'm seeing blatant corruption happening right in our faces and nothing's being done about it. Nightclubs, thank you so much. When the feds revealed they were doing an investigation in January 2024, they sent out 8 letters. Where's the letter? Right. Now, I'm going to go over something after this. I have a special little treat for you guys after Ted Daniels' inquiry here.
I think it is safe to say that the U.S. Attorney's Office does their homework. They are, if
Agreed.
they have a prosecution, they will move forward on a prosecution. But if something came to light that they were unaware of during the time of their initial investigation, which they absolutely have the fundamental right to go forward.
This development comes 1 month after a new U.S. attorney for Massachusetts
man,
was
Microdots is in the
appointed.
chat.
Leah Foley
What's up,
replaced Josh Levy, who resigned. The U.S. Attorney's Office declined to comment.
What's her name
We
again?
have the fundamental right to go forward.
This development comes 1 month after a new U.S. attorney for Massachusetts was appointed. Leah Foley replaced
Leah Foley. Okay. And Sandor, thank you so much. We all know who in the fuck is in charge. Hello. Thank you, buddy.
Josh Levy, who resigned. The U.S. Attorney's Office declined to comment to us. State Police, Canton Police, Chief Helena Rafferty, and the Norfolk DA's office never responded to our calls. Reed's defense tells me they have no comment. Reed has a hearing tomorrow. I'm told special prosecutor.
If that shit was real, Morrissey would be blasting. He'd be holding a press conference and saying the allegations that there is a federal investigation are hereby false. And all of the rumors being spread about there being a federal investigation about corruption needs to stop. That's what he would be doing. Get the fuck out of my face if you think that's not what he would be doing right now. He's gonna deny a comment from Ted Daniel. Get the fuck out of here. He's the one who fucking leaked it, if you ask me. Morrissey fucking leaked it through Ted Daniels' sources. That's what I think.
Prosecutor Hank Brennan plans to announce all of this tomorrow in court. For 25 Investigates, I'm Ted Daniel.
We love Ted, bro. All right. So, pull this up right quick. So I didn't do much, but I did a slight little dig. Now, if you remember, it was the Office of Professional Responsibility who was in these exchanges of letters with Michael Morrissey's office. The Office of Professional Responsibility here. Okay, U.S. Department of Justice. Okay, let's just get a little background on that. Okay, investigative summaries. The Office of Professional Responsibility publicly discloses summaries of its investigations to the extent permissible under privacy statutes, regulations, department policy, and other applicable legal authorities. The summaries may be periodically updated to reflect subsequent action and disposition by other entities, such as the department's Professional Misconduct Review Unit, the department's grievance official or state attorney disciplinary authorities. In certain cases, information and evidence learned by OPR during its investigation may be excluded from the summary because the information is protected from disclosure by court order or legal privilege. Sound familiar? Or grand jury secrecy rules. In addition, the Privacy Act limits the type and amount of information that federal agencies may publicly disclose concerning personnel actions. To comply with requirements of the Privacy Act, OPR does not include names or personal identifying information in the summaries of its investigations. OPR summaries use female pronouns and odd-numbered years and male pronouns in even-numbered years, regardless of the individual involved. Interesting. So let's break this down a little bit. And Sandor, thank you so much, because truth, love, glare, exposing. Thank you so much. Love you being here. So let's break this down a little bit. The Office of Professional Responsibility publicly discloses summaries of its investigations to the extent permissible under privacy statutes, regulations, department policy, and other applicable legal authorities. So basically right there, that's telling me more or less that that's not how they would release the details of the investigation, because that is a detail of an investigation, is whether or not it is still open, whether or not the subjects that are being investigated are still being investigated, right? Glamasus, thank you so much. Good to see you too. Betteros X post, calm. Okay, yeah, like I will check that out in a second. Let me do that now. Hold on real quick. I'm just gonna have it pulled up. Thank you so much, Glamasus. Why can't I find him? Oh, here we go. Got him. Yeah, that's good shit. It's just a meme, a GIF saying calm down a bit. Exactly. Dude, exactly. That's exactly what I'm trying to say. Now, I'm a little uppity about telling everybody to calm the fuck down, but I'm telling you, there's no credibility behind this rumor, because it is a rumor. Just because it came from Ted Daniel, it doesn't mean that it's not a rumor, because Ted Daniel was even safe in how he ordered it. Ted Daniel simply said, sources tell me. I'm not saying if it's true or not. Sources tell me this is what they heard. So, I don't think Betterow will be in court tomorrow. I don't see why he would be. But hopefully, maybe if he's going to argue his, maybe, actually, now that I think about it, maybe they'll let him argue why he's allowed to represent both Turtle Boy and Karen Reed. Because that's what Hank Brennan is putting out there. He's not objecting to it. I'm not objecting to it. Miss Reed is absolutely, under constitutional law, allowed to choose whoever she would like to represent her. The issue, though, is, Your Honor, is that even though I don't object, the court should know that that Mr. Betterow also represents Mr. Aiden Carney, aka Turtle Boy, aka the biggest pain in my balls. Bro.
Oh, here we go. Yeah.
I think we got a super cat. Super cat. I think we got a super cat. Super cat. Super cat. Super cat. I think we got a super cat.
How dare you.
Right. Bradford, thank you so much. We don't know who or what was being investigated. We do know ARCA proved John was not hit by a car. Another investigation could still happen. Look how long Sandra Birchmore took. I'm not panicking. Facts, and very, very well put. I agree with this super chat 150%. I believe that there's feds don't do this. Feds don't call up the people they're investigating and go, hey, just wanted to give you guys a heads up. Y'all are good. You can go back to doing whatever bullshit you was doing. We're not looking. Okay? All right. Peace. That doesn't happen, dude. That doesn't fucking happen. Okay? Abacus Flinch. Abacus Flinch, thank you so much. My theory, the feds closed their case because the Commonwealth is playing shenanigans with the federal evidence during the first trial. No. Notice that their response to Spanky was ARCA was free to use when he tried to exclude them again. I don't agree with you on this one. I appreciate the super chat. Thank you, but I don't agree with you on that. I don't think that anybody could have done anything with the evidence. The feds only gave what their findings were. They didn't give them any actual evidence, only other than what their findings were. I'm going to check the DMs in a second. Cherry, hold on. Anywho. Okay. Now it's time to check Cherry's DMs. Oh, Beb's ruling for motions heard on February 18th, 2025. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. February 18th, 2025. Okay. Video surveillance, motion to admit. Affidavit of counsel is insufficient. Unity will provide. Okay. So it's not denied. The motion for Betero. But we'll go over this. We'll go over this in a bit. Let's get through this DOJ bullshit real quick, or the Office of Investigative or whatever the fuck. Hold on. Patriot Cindy, thank you so much. Happy birthday, Karen. Free Karen Reed. I don't think it's her birthday yet, but it's coming up. Jason Smith, and my man Maz is in the chat. I gotta give a shout out. I was gonna do it, and it was funny, but I would rather Mazza do it, honestly. So Mazza is gonna do as far as I understand, 12-hour stream for Karen's birthday. And he will have a lot of guests on, and it's gonna be awesome. So yeah, fundraiser like the New Year's one I did. Maz is going to do it this time, and I'm stoked about it. My wife's stressing out about the denials today. Yeah, we'll just chill out. We'll go over that in a bit. I have them. Thank you, Cherry, for that. Yeah, FOIA the Fed case. They will tell you it's still active. Like, look at that, Microdot's. I mean. Boy, Massachusetts too. Okay. How the hell can a trial go on without chain of custody of metadata? This is freaking insane. I agree. Las Vegas, local, and I'm fuming for Mass residents. Okay. Las Vegas. Right on. Okay. Thank you so much. And Glamasuz again. Thank you so much. There's a lot of Bev's ruling, and it will take a bit to go through. Pull up 495 as Bev references that defense motion. I will. Yes. I have it. Thank you so much. I have it pulled up right behind this screen here. So, but we'll go over that in a bit. I want to go over this because this is basically telling you how they deal with that. This is from the site. This is like from the Office of Professional Responsibility of the U.S. Department of Justice. It's right there at the top of the fucking thing. And Sander, thank you so much. Feds arresting soon. I had a dream. Bev in cuffs. Yeah, that would be awesome. Thank you so much. And then it goes on to say, in certain cases, information and evidence learned by the OPR during its investigation may be excluded from the summary because the information is protected by disclosure to court orders. So it's giving you details of what the procedure is to release this information, right? This is what they're doing. But the problem is that they're not going to release anything because it's still an open investigation. And they're not going to call up the subjects of the investigation to tell them, hey, you're good. I don't see how anyone would ever fucking believe that. Like, if you're not seeing this like as one of Hank Brennan's bullshit tactics, then you're willfully ignorant, aka fucking retarded. There's just no ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. All right. So it's right here. Look, I'll even here. It has all of these like links on it too. Here, I'm dropping it in the chat. Like, you can go look at it yourself. They don't do what Lauleen they don't do what Brennan is trying to say that they're doing. And the timing is too fucking convenient that this is happening right before this leaks to Ted Daniel, and it's right before the hearing tomorrow. Like, come on. It's like 15 hours away or something. I don't know. I'm not doing math right now. In here, it's just Bettero, man. Bettero just telling you, just relax, calm down a bit. Exactly. All right. So here's Judge Beverly Cannoni's rulings on motions heard on February 18th, 2025. How many pages? I think it's only 2 pages. Is it only? Yeah. This isn't long. This is fine. Commonwealth versus Karen Reed, rulings on motions heard on February 18th, 2025. A defendant's motion to compel video surveillance, paper 483, motion is denied. What? The Commonwealth is to comply with Massachusetts, blah, 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 March, which provides in pertinent part that the prosecutor shall permit the defense to discover, inspect, and copy all photographs, video, and audio recordings in possession of the prosecution team. After hearing on February 6, 2025, the parties reached an agreement that the Commonwealth would have a member of the prosecution team copy any surveillance video in the detective file, store the materials on a hard drive, and then produce a copy to the defense. The process would be video recorded. There is no affidavit of any expert or any evidence before the court that the procedure agreed to by the skilled counsel for both parties would result in the destruction of metadata. Wait, what? There's no affidavit of an expert or any evidence before the court that the procedure agreed to by the skilled counsel for both parties would result in the destruction of metadata. Well, no, the metadata is already destructed. That metadata is not going to be any good. It's going to be the prosecution that's going to avoid the metadata. The process agreed to by the parties satisfied Rules 14 and complies the court order. What? Dude, the fix is in. The fucking fix is in. Come on. Give me a fucking break with that. Metadata is the metadata is what proves the authenticity of the video. And the metadata has to be dated back to January 29th, 2022 for those 24 hours. And if that If there's not metadata that says that, then that fucking evidence is no good. But Bev's letting it in anyways. Right? So Lauleen. That's my favorite shit ever. Motion for admission of pro hack vice of Mark Betterow. The affidavit of counsel is insufficient. Attorney Yannetti will provide an additional affidavit. Motion under advisement. Okay. Still, it's bullshit. I mean, it's like, dude, listen, I already told you, Bev, it's a fucking A. Get the red marker, mark the shit in A, and let the man go to recess. That's it. Let the man get to work. I mean, Olivia, I'm trying to tell you, I'm with you on this 100%. Kelly, thank you so much. Betterow tweeted telling us to calm down a bit. Makes me feel a little better. Yeah. Me too. I'm not worried about, I mean, it's just, I think that she's just giving them a fucking hard time. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's Bev has a bias against the defense, and she's just fucking being difficult. I need another affidavit. This one isn't written well enough. I need you to enunciate. I need you to broaden your vocabulary. I need you to indent. Okay? Mr. Yannetti, I need you to indent. I need you to double check your punctuation. Like, that's just her being a fucking pain in the ass, dude. The defendant's motion to compel discovery, defense request number 1, allowed in part and denied in part. Okay. The Commonwealth has agreed, and the court orders production of the investigative material sought in the possession, custody, or control of the prosecution team. Commonwealth has an ongoing obligation to provide items and information favorable to the defense. There is no requirement under Rule 14 that the Commonwealth create items that do not currently exist. Typo, Bev. I'm going to need you to rewrite this. Thank you. Commonwealth has agreed, and the court orders production of the investigative materials sought in possession, custody, or control of the prosecution team. Commonwealth has an ongoing. Okay, so what is it? How is it? I don't see which part is denied and which part is allowed. Whatever. I don't care. Moving on. Yeah, keep this train moving. Okay. Defense requests 2 and 3 and 4 denied without prejudice. What? The court does not have enough information to determine whether this request is beyond the scope of the Commonwealth's obligations under Rule 14 or whether the requested discovery is material and relevant. Wow. The court also understands that the material sought may be protected by a federal protective order. Counsel are free to file supplemental memoranda and or provide the court with the redacted version, and both parties have in their possession, provided doing so is not in violation of any federal protective order. Defense, this requested discovery is outside the scope of Rule 14. Now, the thing is, I kind of get that. It's just my issue is the whole federal investigation. That's my issue. It's like the fact that she's just trying to keep that away from a jury bothers me. Because I don't think, and if it so prejudices the jury, then I feel Karen Reed has the right to do that with facts. Why can't Karen Reed prejudice the jury in her favor if she is presumed innocent? If she is presumed innocent, why can't she have the right? Why doesn't she have the constitutional right to prejudice the jury with the truth, with facts? And the truth is that There was a federal investigation. The truth is, the ARCA experts were hired by the feds. The jury has a right to know this. Karen Reed has a right for the jury to know this. And I'm not a lawyer, but I don't see how that is not simple. How that is not simply understood if you're thinking under the umbrella of innocent until proven guilty. If you're presuming Karen Reed to be innocent and you're a juror and you're presuming Karen Reed to be innocent because that's your job, and you are holding the prosecution to the burden of proof and solely them to the burden of proof. And yet the defense manages to show that that there's concern. There's reason to be concerned. Why is the feds hiring these ARCA guys for tens of thousands of dollars to determine whether or not Karen Reed struck John O'Keefe with her vehicle? Let's think about that. I mean, I don't think that this is brought up enough. I don't think that this is, driven home enough. Why doesn't Karen Reed have the right for the jury to know the truth? Isn't it her right to be able to prejudice the jury with the truth? Even though, especially since it's not her obligation to prove her innocence. But if she can, why can't she? Why was she cheated out of this particular detail? Why was she cheated out of this? Out of the jury knowing the full truth of what was going on? These are the questions we need to be asking when we're asking whether or not Judge Bev is corrupt. Because that is a violation of Karen Reed's civil rights. It has to be. It has to be. I don't know that it actually is, honestly. I'm talking kind of out of my ass. I'm just thinking the way I see how other rights are set up and the interests that they're designed to protect, I don't see how this would be any different than that. Nightclubs, thank you again. Let's see how Hank reacts when United shows him what real witness intimidation is after what they did to Dr. Wolf. I mean, remember what Yannetti said, man. He said, wait for us. Said that a long time ago. Olivia's saying Bev literally injected excuses for the Commonwealth not to produce discovery into the discussion. The Commonwealth never said the Birchmore docs were under federal protective order. So why is Bev bringing that up? That's interesting. Good point. So she's doing the prosecution's job for them. This is a small example, and I would have never have caught this, or at least not today. But Olivia, this is why Olivia is Olivia. Olivia says, I'm going to read that one more time. Bev literally injected excuses for the Commonwealth not to produce discovery into the discussion. The Commonwealth never said the Birchmore docs were under federal protective order. So why is Bev bringing that up? Yes, she's providing them with their argument. This is hand-holding at its finest, or at its worst, however you want to look at it. Lauleen, I just like saying it now. Lauleen. Yes, Bev is offering excuses for the Commonwealth to get out of its discovery obligations. Right. She's fucking, dude. You know what needs to fucking happen, dude? Metaphorically speaking, I don't mean literally, okay? Metaphorically speaking, let me give this film analogy. You guys know I like to do those. Here's a film analogy. If this were The Longest Yard, okay? Karen Reed and her defense team would be the cons, the Commonwealth would be the guards, and the referee would be the referee calling shitty calls in favor of the guards is Judge Bev. But remember what ended up happening. Paul Crew, Burt Reynolds, or Adam Sandler, take your pick. The remake was still good. I liked it. Paul Crew threw the ball right at the ref's nuts like 2 or 3 times whenever the ball was hiked to him. Somebody needs to fucking hit Bev in the nuts with the ball. That needs to happen. So she starts calling a fair game. You know? Like, now, I mean, of course, not literally, you know? I mean, but metaphorically speaking, legally speaking, somebody needs to throw a legal fucking spiral right at Judge Bev's nuts. This is unreal, dude. Defense requests 8 and 9. Okay, defense requests 6 and 7 were allowed by agreement. Doesn't even explain anything. Defense requests 8 and 9 denied in part as overbroad. The Commonwealth must provide discovery consistent with their obligations under Rule 14. Definition of work product does not include any items or information that the prosecutor is obligated to disclose as items or information favorable to the defense. The court is satisfied that the written response of the Commonwealth indicates the Commonwealth's understanding of its discovery obligations as outlined in the rule and the reporter's notes to the rule and of its continuing duty. Allowed by agreement, Beverly J. Canoni. Date February 24, 2025. Justice of the Superior Court. All right. Now we'll talk more about that stuff with Nan tomorrow. If we have time. But now I got to see this real quick because I noticed. Let me see something. Okay, now she hasn't posted anything. All right. He's got a glazed donut there, bro. I love that shit. So, yeah. So I watched this live on Facebook, but we're going to go over this now. We're going to go over a couple of things, Turtle Boy here. Now, you guys know I like to do Howie Carr and Turtle Boy. Now, this isn't live. Normally, I play them live, but this is from earlier. Somebody clipped it. We're gonna watch it, pay attention to it.
There's going to be another hearing tomorrow in Dedham on the on motions involved in the Karen Reed murder trial, the second one, after she was acquitted on 2 of the 3 charges last year. And now double jeopardy is alive and well in Norfolk County, and she's going to be tried again. And the judge is going to hear various motions, and it could be a fairly fiery hearing. And so we just wanted to set the stage on what's going to happen with Aidan Carney, aka Turtle Boy, the blogger who's been covering this, and he's been on this case from day one, and he actually did some time in jail for some of his reporting, or should I say, he was framed for some of his reporting.
Hell yeah, man!
I
love it, man. How he's not fucking pulling punches, how he's letting it go, man. I love it.
Safe to say. But this is it seems to me that this is a tempest in a teapot. The feds are involved in this case with the possible civil rights violations, et cetera. They hired crash reconstruction experts to see if Karen Reed, who's charged, had actually killed her ex-boyfriend, or her boyfriend, excuse me, a Boston police officer, with a car. The crash expert said she hadn't. So they were brought in, but they weren't. Well, I'll let Turtle Boy explain what the controversy is here. First of all, though, Aidan Carney, doesn't this seem like this is just kind of a tempest in a teapot here? Isn't her anger, the judge's anger, a little out of proportion to what's happened?
Yeah, I'd say so. I mean, it was that same energy when it came to the converted video that was presented into evidence in a murder trial in her courtroom, in which the sergeant who presented it said that it was a fair and accurate description of what the Canton Police Sally Port garage looked like when Karen Reed's car was inside of it. She didn't seem that outraged about that, or a number of other indiscretions that have happened throughout this trial. But boy, the fact that there was an email communication between the defense and one of their witnesses, that sure, I mean, she was literally shaking, Howie, standing there, like losing her mind, couldn't control her impulses, and just had to call it a day and go home early, and I'll see you all next week. And Leslie didn't get to do his argument. I mean, it's just dramatics, it's theatrics, that's all this is. They are everything that the accused Karen Reed team of being.
So the dispute is that the Karen Reed's defense team paid these guys who were initially hired by the feds $23,000, and it's basically, it appears that this is just expenses because they had to keep bringing them back to Boston. They kept hanging around, and these are the top crash reconstruction experts in the U.S. Now, Turtle Boy, if
yeah, so yeah, Lothario will be joining the chat later. That's awesome. And then don't forget, tomorrow, 6 p.m., she'll be joining me, at least for a while, to give a recap of what took place at the hearing that's going to happen in the morning. I may still stream it live. I have not decided yet. And I know there's going to be a lot of people streaming it, so even if there's just a few people in here, I'll be happy just to kick it with you guys, if that's the case.
If the judge had initially allowed the defense to say that these guys had been hired by the feds, then none of this would have been an issue, right?
Yeah, I mean, exactly. And first of all, they sent him an invoice, Howard. That's what the email said. We're going to send you an invoice. I get invoices all the time from attorneys who have represented me something for a discount or for free.
Right.
Invoices. You're not expected to pay. Okay, so that doesn't mean any payment has happened. We haven't seen a breakdown of this invoice. We don't know who's paying it. We don't know if it's been paid. We don't know anything, right? And as far as we know, it was for hotel lodging and whatever, because Octave made them fly out twice to prove themselves to the court that they were actually competent, unlike Trooper Paul, who required no such voir dire and was just taking out his expert opinion from community college that Karen Reed struck down a chief of the car, just his arm, though, and it made him do a pirouette in the air, and then he landed somehow 30 feet away, and his cell phone ended up underneath his body, and his explanation for that was, it just did.
Trooper Paul is the one who says that the crime scene speaks to him.
Yeah, it does sometimes, yes.
That's what he said, under oath.
I love Howie, dude.
and we all had a good laugh.
I just love fucking Howie and Aiden's banter. Like they bounce so well off each other.
But the fact they don't like this all comes down to the fact they don't like the fact that these two guys completely blow up their whole case because they're smart, they're educated, they've done this a million times, and they say definitively, without a doubt, that Karen Reed could not have hit John O'Keefe.
Definitely.
Possible, which means something else happened.
Definitely.
Because he's dead. So she didn't do it, someone else did do it. And that requires an explanation. That means there's a cover-up, it means there's a conspiracy, and that is a reality that Hank Brennan does not want this jury to hear. So he has effectively, put out the dog whistle for his own witness intimidation because these ARCA experts have been relentlessly harassed. ARCA had to shut down their social media accounts and turn off their Google reviews because Hank basically, he got his online mob to do the dirty work for him and intimidate these witnesses. Sound familiar? Because he doesn't want them to testify.
Yeah, I'm going to go over this next.
Nonsense that they're accusing me of doing to the McAlberts. Except with them, it's actually kind of working because it's gotten them to shut down their social media accounts.
And after this, I'm going to really enjoy what I'm going to go over. Terry knows why. Well, not right now, she doesn't, but once I start talking about it, she will. Turtle Boy wrote a new story today. And I'm really glad there's over 2,000 people in here watching because I feel like you'll enjoy it.
He's trying to prevent them from testifying. That's all this is. So they are everything that they claim that I am, everything that they claim Karen Reed is, and Hank Brennan, he's just a dirty, filthy mob lawyer nerd who at the end of the day, this is going to be his legacy. We'll live for this forever. And I know you're listening, Hank. This is your legacy for the rest of your miserable life, is that you had a nice legacy, but then you took on this loser case, and you're never, ever, ever going to convict Karen Reed, ever. And you will always have this following around you for the rest of your life, that you're the guy who signed up to participate in corruption and couldn't finish the deal.
Turtle Boy, why did the judge rule in the first trial that these ARCA experts, these, again, the top crash reconstruction experts in the United States of America, could not say that they were brought on by I would say a neutral party in this case, the Federal Bureau of Investigation. The Federal Bureau of Investigation brought them on as part of their probe into whether there had been any civil rights violations here. I mean, why weren't they allowed to identify themselves?
Because their argument was that it would taint the jury.
It was exculpatory. They were providing exculpatory. That's what exculpatory evidence does. It taints the jury to vote not guilty. I mean, that's a reality, isn't it?
That's literally the only reason that she wasn't acquitted the first time. And I've noticed from juror interviews that they told me that if we had any idea that a federal investigation into the investigation was going on, it would have definitely affected people's opinions of this. Of course, it would have legitimized the whole conspiracy. The fact that the FBI apparently found legitimacy in this conspiracy enough to, spend well over a year and God knows how much money and time and resources into investigating this. They don't do that for every nut job who calls them up and says, if Brian Walsh called up the FBI tomorrow and said, hey, I think I'm being set up by the Colastic police, and they're not going to do a grand jury. That's not how this works. Where there's smoke, there's fire. They see something up here and they investigate it. They're not stupid. They hired these ARCA people. They said that Karen Reed didn't do it, and so they know that somebody else did.
This is how much do you think they spent on the ARCA people, the feds I'm talking about? Because I think this 23,000 is just a drop in the bucket. I mean, it costs a lot of money to hire these people, doesn't it?
Yeah, I've been told $500,000, because they had to do a full experiment. They had to test out several different hypotheses. They didn't know what the government was going to say was their theory of how John died. So they had to test out the idea that he threw a cocktail glass at the tail light. So they built a cannon to do that. They had to test the side swipe. They had to test the run over, from the midsection. They had to test it all and just see would any of these result in that. And none of them could explain the injuries. Not a single thing could explain any of the injuries to John O'Keefe's body. So they probably spent ungodly amounts of money on this and time. There's been a report from Ted Daniels, anonymous sources, he claims. He doesn't think who these people are or who they work for, whatever, that claim that the investigation is over. So I don't know if there's any truth to that.
The federal investigation, you mean?
That's correct.
And that they're not going to return any indictments?
I mean, that's what his anonymous sources are saying. So I don't know. I mean, Ted's usually pretty accurate. I don't know who these people are, why they are suddenly releasing this information. Now, who knows? I can't confirm any of it. So those are Ted's sources. But at the end of the day, it doesn't. I mean, all that would mean is the McAlberts are getting away with this. That the people who killed John O'Keefe are not being held responsible. Because it doesn't affect Karen Reed at all. It doesn't affect me at all. Our cases will be unaffected by this completely. If anything, you would think that if they have some sort of statement that this federal investigation is over, it should only strengthen the idea that it should be allowed to be mentioned in court that a federal investigation took place into this whole thing, and then Hank can say,
exactly.
From it, but at least the jury will know that an FBI investigation.
Exactly.
Is it possible that Auntie Bev, the judge, is going to realize or has realized that she kind of overreacted by stopping the hearing last week and stomping out of the courtroom and just generally behaving in a very foolish manner? Is it possible that she's going to say, I think I went a little overboard, and it's not that big of a deal, or is she going to just come out fire breathing again?
I think that she'll put on.
You heard Aiden laugh at that. And how he knows it's not even in a strand of Bev's DNA to go, I acted unprofessionally. I should not have. Oh, hold on. Okay. Sorry. What's up, Larry Legend? Homie.
Put on a big show tomorrow, but I don't think she's going to do anything. I don't think she's going to take anyone off the case. She's going to give them a stern talking to.
Right.
She just wants to kind of throw her weight around and put on a little show and a little hissy fit because she doesn't like Alan Jackson. But ultimately, at the end of the day, I don't think she's got the minerals to do anything. I mean, Karen Reed has a Sixth Amendment right, counsel of her choice. If she wants Alan Jackson, she should get Alan Jackson. This would be an unprecedented way for her to lose counsel of her choice if that were the case. But I highly doubt that a week off will calm her down because she's just an irrational person who acts based on emotion, doesn't like these people, and doesn't hide it. Does not hide her feelings towards. She's made statements before towards David Yannetti during the trial in which she said, she does a thing where she breathes into the mic and said, Mr. Yannetti, can you stop with the theatrics? Can you just get to it? And then meanwhile, he comes in and he puts his finger up to his mouth. I was like, it's top secret. You can't let anyone know about it. So she doesn't mind theatrics when it's Spanky doing it. But when the defense is doing it, it's like, get to the point, sir. Let's keep it professional. No more theatrics.
I wonder if tomorrow Hank Brennan will say, as Jimmy Bulger once told me. Probably. He was Whitey Bulger's lawyer, not just for their trial, and he was paid handsomely, more than handsomely, for being Whitey Bulger's attorney when he was convicted of all those multiple murders and racketeering. He also handled Whitey Bulger's appeal of his sentence, and then he handled the lawsuit that the family brought for the so-called wrongful death of Whitey Bulger.
Didn't he go to the funeral?
I believe he did. Yes, I believe he did.
I mean, so it's not just his job. That's your pal. That's your buddy. Whitey Bulger. Good company you keep there. Like, yeah. You're real.
Whitey kidnapped his brain. I told you that. You could see it in the courtroom, Turtle Boy. Jay Carney was given the main lawyer was just, he was just, he took Whitey's measure and kind of, backed off him as the trial went on. But Hank fell in love.
Yeah, I think he really did. He felt cool for the first time in his life. Somebody like Whitey Bulger would never hang out with him.
He fell in love.
With a nerdlinger like him. But he made him feel special, and now he thinks he's King Kong over here. He thinks he's a lot tougher than he actually
fell
is.
in love.
And, I just,
Bro,
not
did
gonna
I
work.
miss
It's not gonna
some
work.
super
They'll
chats,
never
bro?
convict Karen Reed. It's a federal investigation or not. It doesn't matter.
Oh,
He's acquitted,
shit.
and so am I. So it doesn't happen there.
All right. So
true.
the hearing starts tomorrow morning. It should be over in a couple hours, I would think, right? So you can come on tomorrow and fill us in on
Oh,
what
here we
happens.
go.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for entertainment's sake, I'm hoping
Thank
for
you,
fireworks,
Donna.
but for Karen Reed's sake, it's so absurd that it's still going on. All right, we'll talk to you tomorrow. Oh, and if people want to read the story about how the anti-Karen Reed forces have slimed and trolled the ARCA experts who are just professional
That's
guys
what we're going to
doing
go
doing
over
a
now.
job and doing an honest job. But they're getting killed online just by these fools. It really is outrageous, Turtle Boy.
Yep. I agree, Howie. So we'll see what
Get him,
happens.
Howie.
Okay, check out the story. Check out the story at tbdailynews.com. It's up there now, and follow him on Dr. Turtle Boy on Twitter. Dr. Turtle Boy on Twitter. I'm Howie Carr.
It was told to me by the crime scene.
All right, so there's that, folks. We gotta give, All right, folks. Let's check this out here. Okay. I'm gonna read Aiden's Karen Yak se jodió la sucia vida. Amén. Karen Yak es una come mierda. Amen. Yes. We're going to hear about Karen Yak's, aka the Critical K, aka Canceled Karen. Those of you who have been subscribed to me for a long time know I have a quite a profound history with this absolute jackass. Scooter 54, thank you so much for becoming a new member. Appreciate it. Welcome to Logic. Now let's take a look at this here. She's vile. Yes, that is the word that has been used most to describe her. So last week, Hank Brennan, this is Turtle Boy's latest article. Last week, Hank Brennan made a fool of himself at a Karen Reed hearing when he lied to the court and said that the U.S. Attorney's Office sent him communications between Attorney Alan Jackson and ARCA crash reconstruction expert Dr. Daniel Wolf. Brennan realizes how problematic the testimony of the two ARCA experts is for him, since they both testified at the first trial that John O'Keefe's injuries couldn't have come from a car and the damage to Karen Reed's vehicle is inconsistent with a motor vehicle collision. He can't get a crash reconstruction expert of his own to testify that John O'Keefe was hit by a car, because no one with a brain would ever say that. But instead of doing the ethical thing and dropping the charges, Brennan is doing the only thing he can do, trying to smear the ARCA experts as paid agents of the defense who will lie under oath and hope that the online trolls he gets his tips from will harass and intimidate experts from testifying at Reed's second trial. Shortly after the hearing, dozens of online trolls, most of whom are anonymous, began to relentlessly harass and contact ARCA on their Twitter account, ARCA Experts. Duck Phillips, perjury for hire. Laugh my fucking butt off, putting Dr. Wolf's picture up there. Wow. Just pure harassment. Look at this. Mark, should Daniel Wolf be punished for lying under oath and colluding with Karen Reed's defense? And then this idiot says, of course, if Michael Proctor is going to be fired and has been suspended over his personal phone text messages, then Wolf needs to lose his government contracts for lying under oath and colluding with a defense team to help a murderer get away with it. Now, but Hank Brennan lied about this. This isn't even true, and this is what people are saying. Dr. Wolf should be terminated immediately. And Turtle Boy goes on to say, Hank Brennan never outright accused them of lying under oath, but he knew exactly what he was doing. Brennan was using a dog whistle to his small army of online terrorists who are dedicated to protecting the McAlbert Mafia. This is a good point. He gave them all the impression that Dr. Wolf was a dishonest person who was bought and paid for by the defense, knowing full well that these vicious animals would do what these vicious animals would do to Dr. Wolf. Others contacted ARCA directly and posted receipts of their harassment campaigns on social media, encouraging others to do the same. I mean, this is fucking crazy, dude. D. Beck, I just went to arca.com and wrote an email to them. It said, I'm flabbergasted by the communications with emails and testimonies of Andrew Rentschler, Daniel Wolf with the Karen Reed defense team. It's not true. Mr. Wolf offered to tailor testimony and gave the defense an outline of questions to ask. Both men skewed their testimonies in favor of the defense. Their bias was shown on cross-examination, and now it appears there was a financial agreement between ARCA and her defense. The disregard for the death of John O'Keefe and the victims that death left behind could have caused another mistrial. But what if the accused murderer had been, I'm flabbergasted, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Had been acquitted. Okay. And then this one, how do you sleep at night being paid $23,000 and coached by Karen Reed's defense team to interfere in justice? Nothing independent about your organization. And I don't even, wow. How dare you people? And then Turtle Boy goes on. Now, before I continue with Turtle Boy's part in this, I gotta say, man, this is just gross. Because Hank Brennan is using, now, understand something. Karen Reed, make absolutely no mistake, Karen Reed's greatest strength, if she is Samson, you guys are her long hair. Okay? You guys remember the story of Samson, the Old Testament? He had amazing, wild, great strength. And he got his strength from his hair being long. So you guys, her supporters, are her strength. She is, make no mistake about it. I've said this many times and I will continue to say it because it is absolutely 100% factual that Karen Reed is fighting an entire corrupt local government. This isn't speculation. This is just fact. We've been watching it. We've been seeing it happen in real time. They've been corrupt right in our faces. All of us. We've been watching it happen in real time. So there's no question to me that this is a very corrupt system. None whatsoever. So Hank Brennan is not stupid. I know Laferio, Nan, she disagrees with me. She believes Hank Brennan's an idiot. But I know what he's doing here, because he at least knows that well, I wasn't quoting scripture. I mean, I don't know the scripture. I just know the story. Fucking Delilah. Asshole. Anyway, so he knows this. What he's doing right now is he's trying to shift the public. If he knows that the public is her wallet. And if he hits her in the public, he's hitting her in the wallet. If he's hitting her in the public support, he's hitting her in the wallet. He knows this. And that's what he's trying to do. And these are the moments, people, that you got to thank goodness that there's a Turtle Boy. These are those moments. You've got a tenacious, independent journalist like him who sees this shit, calls it out, and writes a story about it. Because he's not fooling anybody, Hank Brennan, Spanky. So Turtle Boy goes on to say, the fact of the matter is that nowhere in the email communications between Jackson and Wolf do they ever discuss lying about testimony in order to help Karen Read. Their February 2024 report, which was financed by the federal government, concluded that John O'Keefe was never struck by a car. They came to the conclusion using science, math, physics, and experience from thousands of other car collisions they've investigated. And they reached this conclusion prior to ever speaking with anyone from the defense. The court should be much more outraged than the Commonwealth is willing to continue prosecuting Reed after reading that report than they are with the fact that Jackson and Dr. Wolf communicated via email prior to testifying. I completely agree. The priorities are all kinds of fucked up. Kyle Cowden, thank you so much. Great beard and mustache there, guy. I love it. Fucking fantastic. Samson's strength was not from his hair. It was from God. And yes, okay, yeah, I get it. I know. Thank you. Not Nazarene, couldn't cut his hair, shave, or take fruit from the vine. I know the story. I know it was that he got his strength from God, but he believed that it was his hair. You know what I'm saying? But yes, you're right. Thank you for correcting me. My spirituality has now been mended. As I damaged it so scarringly minutes prior. I'm just busting your balls. No, I do appreciate it. Thank you. Because that is true. I am a believer. Brendan knows that Dr. Wolf wasn't paid to say that O'Keefe wasn't hit by a car, but he's smart enough to know that the people in the online McAlbert Mafia that he works for are dumb enough to believe that Dr. Wolf was paid by the defense to lie. Earlier in the hearing, Brennan cried about how witnesses are being bullied, but his intentional dog whistle led to a vicious harassment campaign that damaged a reputable business and forced them to shut their Twitter account down entirely. Something went wrong. Trying it. Wow. Brennan also inspired a woman by the name of Karen Yak. Oh my God. Karen fucking Yak, dude. Critical K online to harass and intimidate the family of Dr. Wolf. She also tagged Arca on Twitter and posted pictures of Dr. Wolf's wife and 3 small children because she joined a public Facebook group in June after her husband testified. Karen Yak demanded that Brennan drag her fanny up the stand because Dr. Wolf's wife thanked Free Karen Reed supporters for their kind comments about her husband. Hold on here. Gem Girl, thank you so much. Karen is fighting so the rest of us don't have to. I agree with you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And yes, and Kyle, I appreciate you again, buddy. The covenant of the Nazarite. He broke it. No diss. Gotcha. Yeah. I remember. Yeah, his hair was already cut. Right. I know. It was God. That's how he learned that it was God that gave him the power. Right. I got it. So here's this tweet from Canceled Karen. Disgraced ARCA experts Daniel Wolf's wife, Dana Wolf, has left the Free Karen Reed group she was in, deleted her comments, and locked down her profile. Thank goodness there are screenshots. Get Daniel Wolf back on the stand and get to the bottom of the scandal. Like, just doxing these people for no fucking reason. Like, just to be an asshole. Now, I'm going to read, and he says, yeah, she has a lot to say in the group too. Drag her fanny up to the stand too. And let's see, Dana Wolf, this is amazing. Hold on, blah, blah, blah. Ray Gertis, trust me, y'all have made our week way more exciting and given us a ton of laughs. We've never expected this to take off. How has? Thank you for all the good humor. That sounds fucking accurate. That's completely innocent. What's the problem with that? Dana Wolf, who hasn't commented in groups since, was bullied into leaving the group this week. Under the Massachusetts witness intimidation statute, it is also a felony to cause emotional harm to the family member of a witness with the intent to impede or obstruct the administration of justice. That's facts. So right now, Karen Yak is absolutely guilty of this. She should be charged. And we're going to get into a little history about her in just a little bit. It's clear that these people do not want Dr. Wolf to be able to testify at the second trial. And in order to achieve that goal, they are willing to harass and intimidate his wife and children, hoping that he will look to protect them by bowing out. Karen Yak expressed joy when she found out that she had successfully intimidated ARCA into removing their Twitter account and exposed her desire that Dr. Wolf be fired. And then she says, good, I hope this means Daniel is being fired. Now, here's a little history on her via Turtle Boy. Karen Yak still has not paid a $500,000 defamation judgment issued against her 2 years ago in which she spread vicious lies about a mother killing her own son. Those would be the Andriacchios. That would be Ray Andriacchios in regards to her son, Christian Andriacchio, who she believes was murdered, but it was ruled a suicide. Sound familiar? And this woman fought for the truth to be told. She hasn't really gotten anywhere with it, unfortunately, but the doubt that it was a suicide is quite compelling, I'd have to say. What's that name? Something Ray. She's a YouTuber. She did a story on it. I know the mother's name is Ray Andriacchio, but then it was Charlotte Ray. Is it Charlotte Ray? I'm not sure. But she actually traveled out there and made this little documentary video, and it was quite amazing, actually. Glamour Sue's Karen Yak doesn't realize that ARCA has a lot more money and power behind them than a Mississippi mob. Karen Yak needs to be jailed. Yeah, she's we're gonna talk quite a bit about her. It's gonna be fun. So she was on, here's a little before I continue, because I don't think Turtle Boy gets that deep into it. So before I continue Turtle Boy's story, I'll give you guys a little background. So I started on YouTube with the Critical K. My very first YouTube appearance was with the Critical K, and we would talk about the Watts case, which was Shanann Watts, Cece and Bella, her children, and Shanann was pregnant with baby Nico. and they were annihilated by Chris Watts. Now, I did not know what she was really up to at the time, but before he pled guilty, his story was that Shanann had that he caught Shanann strangling one of the children, and then he got there too late to stop her, but choked her to death, Shanann, in defense of his children, but it was too late. And when you watched the videos, you could see that Shanann, there was a way that she was with Chris Watts. Chris Watts was a quiet, timid, kind of a cuck, you know, really like head down, and Shanann wore the pants. So I entertained this as a possibility at the time until he pled guilty. Then when he pled guilty, I was just like, okay. Then I saw all the discovery and I was like, okay, this motherfucker did this shit. This motherfucker is a piece of shit. But Karen Yaks made her entire content about the Watts case and accused and really talked shit about the family, really trashed Shanann, really trashed Shanann's family. And there were things that I engaged in that I was not proud of at first, because the way that I saw it at first was before Chris Watts had pled guilty. I saw, because Shanann was part of, she was part of a multi-level marketing thing called fucking, oh Jesus, I already forgot. Whatever. But it was a multi-level marketing thing, and her family was involved in it too. And I Thrive. Thank you very much, Thrive. And I thought it was tacky that her family continued and kind of seemed to use the tragedy to sell more Thrive. That's how I felt at the time. And then quickly I changed my tune. Now I am still currently in communication very loosely with Frankie Ruchek Jr. Years ago, we buried the hatchet years and years and years ago, and we've always been cool. But yeah, I was critical of them, and I gotta say, I was just kind of following the example of the person who I'd never listened to YouTubers before. And here I was supposed to be a counterpart to this person on a live stream and bounce off of her really well. So I was more focused on that. But quickly I started to go, okay, I'm going to start my own channel. And then I was like, I want to go a different direction, because it started to kind of stink a little bit. And then I was just like, yeah, I don't want to be any part of this anymore. He pled guilty. This family doesn't deserve to be trash talked in any way, shape, or form, or criticized. They deserve to mourn in peace and do whatever the fuck they want to do. And that was actually what I built myself off of. Ever since then, those many years ago, was what kicked off my whole being very careful about throwing accusations, never, ever, ever harass a family or spread rumors about families of victims. I went to being a very advocate for that, and which inevitably led me to become rivals, basically, with Canceled Karen. So, and Grandmaster knows. He knows. He was around for that. And this woman is the nastiest of the nasty. She loves to dox people. This is what she does. And she cannot stand people talking bad about her. She can't stand it. She hates it more than anything in the world. She can't handle it. But she does everything in her power to get people to trash talk her. So I've always just had fun. I've driven her to the point to where she can't even do her Patreon streams. She's gotten kicked off of YouTube twice. Okay. She had a channel called The Critical K. And then she got booted off when she got sued by Ray Andriacchio for $10 million. That's how much the lawsuit was for. Ray Andriacchio filed a lawsuit against Karen Yak for $10 million. And whenever I talked about this, I have live streams up about it, talking about it. I followed this in real time. While she was being sued, she would get communications from the judge, and she would say, I can't go to that. She's being sued. She got served. She's being sued. It's happening, and she won't accept it. And she's telling the judge and Ray Andriacchio's attorneys to, quote, stop harassing her. Like, no, that's not how this works. You're being sued and you need to come to court. This is what's happening. You're not going to stop it. The only way is to come to court and fight it. So she tried. Her method of fighting this lawsuit was almost literally, la, 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 la. I'm not being sued. You're not suing me. La, 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 la. This is a fact. Go back, do your own research on it. With letters sent from Hawaii while she was on vacation, by the way. Now, she gets kicked off of YouTube, gets her channel taken away. Then she comes back later with another channel. She's not getting nearly the amount of views. She used to get, she used to hold a good 700 to 1,000 people in her chat strong before she got kicked off. But she's always done this. We went head to head on the Sophie Long thing. We went head to head on that. And that got real nasty. It got really, really bad. There's all those live streams are still up too. All those live streams are still up. So you can actually go back and watch them. I have over 1,000 live streams up. So she expects anybody who disagrees with her, she would refer to as peasants. Okay. And if she ran a group, and what she would do in order to promote her channel, it was actually quite genius, but it was fucking dirty. What she would do is she would bully her way into becoming an admin on a Facebook group that had whatever. She would find the Facebook group that had the most followers, that was dedicated to a particular case that was high profile that everyone was talking about. Then what she would do is bully the owners of it to make her an admin, and she would use the group to promote her YouTube channel. You see where this is going? So she would basically just bully them into giving it up and being like, listen, you need to make me an admin. I'm going to draw way more people to this group. Every time I've taken over a group, I do this and that, blah, blah, blah. And then she'll have people harass them until they make her an admin. It's the dirtiest shit in the fucking world. And she used to blow a kazoo into the microphone when she would do live streams when people would disagree with her. But the thing is I won because right now I'm my channel is much more successful than hers ever was. and obviously now can ever be, goes without saying. And she would wear a tiara. I won. And this is me gloating. And I won by maintaining my integrity. That's what really chaps her ass. I won by just doing me, dude. I won by just doing me and talking about shit how it is. So, this is me gloating. Canceled Karen. I have gotten her to the point to where she can't even, she has a Patreon. She charges people monthly for it. But I have people in her Patreon. I have people in her Patreon that will watch her streams, download them, send them to me, and then I will review them for free so that people don't pay her for the hate views. I provide the hate views for you. And it's fair use. I can absolutely do that. I can absolutely do it. And I've done it every time. And so now she's just too intimidated to even do them anymore. So she's just on Twitter running her mouth and doxing people, being exactly who she's supposed to be. Now, the result of the judgment for the lawsuit, of course, she's not showing up to court. The judge even gave her, she said she can't travel to Mississippi to go to court. The judge tells her that she can appear telephonically. She doesn't show up to court telephonically. All she has to do is call. That's all she's got to do is call. And she blows it off. So eventually what happens is the judge defaults in Ray Andriacchio, the plaintiff's favor. But here's the thing. Canceled Karen doesn't have $10 million. So the judge knows this, and he orders her to pay $500,000 instead. So basically, she'll be paying that off for the rest of her life. Last I heard, she had a job as an assistant to an occupational therapist, got fired, and hasn't worked since. And she likes to write letters to prisoners. She likes to send feet pics to people on Kiwi farms to get them to dox people for her. She's an absolutely miserable fucking human being. The most disgusting person that I've ever known in my entire life. Completely and totally just the epitome of disgust. You know what she is? She's the anti-Lawfario. She's the opposite of Lawfario. Think about the polar opposite. Picture what you've learned of Lawfario so far. Picture what you've learned of her so far. Okay? Take a minute if you have to. And then think of the exact fucking opposite. That is what canceled Karen is. She thinks that she's a lawyer and smarter than a lawyer, won't even show up to court to fight her own defense when she's being sued. Lawfario actually is a lawyer. Being sued for $500,000 because she would spread lies about people in order to draw money from shitty fucking people with nothing better to do with their money than to support somebody spreading lies about somebody they don't like. Shitty fucking people. So, I mean, this is who she would draw money from. The worst of types of people. I'm trying to see what's going on in my chat. I don't see what the fuck y'all are talking about. Let me go on with the story here, because just so now you guys have some background on canceled Karen. And then she started another channel, wasn't getting any views, and then that got fucking booted too. And now she cannot do a Patreon stream without me getting a hold of it and cutting her down and getting way more views on it than she could ever fucking dream. And I've been doing this consistently. I bully the bullies, and I take pride in that. And I've always taken pride in that. I bully the fucking bullies.
I think she drove him to lose his shit. Oh my God, she did not drive him. She did. She did. Don't know what went on, Laura. She did. She drove him insane. Come on, why are you victim blaming? She was a bitch.
Yeah, so she actually got mad at Netflix. So Netflix did a story on the Watts case, right? Called American Murder or something like that. And when they featured the parts where there was all this online hatred towards Shanann that didn't make any sense, there was all this online hatred towards her, and she's clipped in calling Shanann Watts a bitch. And so she says that she's featured. No, you got clipped. They didn't credit you. They just clipped your little shitty comment about this murder victim. Listen, man, if there's any channel that you could do that, it's this one. Y'all know I like to cut loose once in a while, man. You do whatever if you feel comfortable up in here, man. It's all good. It's all good. Donna Roach, thank you for the super sticker. Rash. Donna Rash. Sorry, I said Roach. Touch me. All right. So Turtle Boy goes on to say here, additionally, she was a big supporter of Chris Watts, who was convicted of murdering his wife, Shanann, and 2 young daughters in 2018. She blamed Shanann for the triple homicide, posted pictures of their children in the shower, and said that she didn't blame Chris Watts for taking her out. Oh, here she is right here.
My subjects of Watts Island. I come to you tonight.
Bro. And her nickname for me is Swill. Okay. Now, you guys can count on one hand how many times you've seen me drunk on this platform. Okay. Now, she is always drunk, constantly fucking wasted. Like, look at her right now. She drinks fucking wine with ice cubes in it and chews on the ice cubes on the live streams. She is an absolute fucking cow. She is a cow. You're a cow. Capiche?
As the queen of all of the inhabitants of Watts Island.
Yeah. So that's how she refers to herself. And here, she takes a picture of their gravesite and says, absolutely, without a doubt, some people bring on their own death. This is the kind of people who are spinning the Hank Brennan public narrative. Okay? This is not to be taken lightly. Dude, I have my own shit here that I could show you, but between you and me, I want to know how he killed her. Same. I want all the gory details. Did she make a sound or fight at all? I want to know her last moments. I don't want to know the girls. I can't stand Shanann. I don't blame him for taking her out. She was an abusive bitch, and she pushed and pushed him to his wow. And then this person says Critical K making disgusting claims about Shanann and her children, CC Bella Watts. And here she is here saying, I suspect she ignored Bella in the hospital and the nurses were alarmed. She wasn't allowed to be alone with Bella for the first 15, 16 months. I can't prove it yet. Ew, this is her getting just her dressed in anything Catholic makes Catholicism look fucked up. like she has that fucking ability. That's amazing. Like, that's amazing that she is that fucked up to make a fucking Catholic, any type of Catholic attire fucking look like something out of The Exorcist, something really creepy and fucked up and scary. There's something wrong in these walls. In the name of the Lord Jesus Christ. Okay, that's enough. Okay. Very similar to how she now blamed Dana Wolf for the vicious harassment her family is experiencing. Exactly. She is an absolute victim blamer. Here she says, oh, stop whining, you big baby. Dana Wolf chose to go into a murder groupie community and take bows and backpats and suck up all the attention she could get in the immediate aftermath of her husband testifying. Neither she nor you get their moral high ground. This is why Hank Brennan is appealing to online to do his dirty work for him. This is who the O'Keefe family and friends associate with and are proud to have defending them on Twitter. Brennan can't say that he doesn't listen to online trolls like this either. At Tuesday's hearing, he said that he gets random emails from anonymous Twitter trolls who send him their theories of the case. Brennan bragged about how he hands over these ridiculous conspiracy-fueled emails from online psychopaths like Karen Yak to the defense, thinking it would make him sound transparent.
For example, I get random emails from unknown people, anonymous, or sometimes their names on them, talking about theories of the case. I give it to the defense because it's in my possession, custody, and control. I have no intention of calling an anonymous person, but because I have the information, because I am the Commonwealth, they're entitled to it.
Wow. What a tool. This guy sucks. In reality, he's just encouraging more of this and proving to the world that he takes his cues from people like Karen Yak. Once again, the online trolls heard Brennan's dog whistle and were emboldened by Brennan to send him more libelous and anonymous emails, knowing that Brennan would personally hand them over to Karen Reed so she would be forced to read them. CV Jules, did you hear Hank Brennan? He receives emails from anonymous personnel and he turns over his information to the defense because he may use the information. That's us, guys. All the information we have shared with Hank Brennan has helped the Commonwealth see through the defense team's deceptive practices. So keep sharing and posting because we will not stop until justice is served. Right there, you got somebody admitting to it. You got somebody saying that they absolutely are doing this for the Commonwealth, and the Commonwealth is benefiting from it. Brennan doesn't want the ARCA experts to testify at the second trial because he can't convict Karen Reed if they do. He doesn't want to file a motion banning them because he knows how that will make him look. So instead, he blew his dog whistle, got his online mob to do his dirty work for him, and is hoping that ARCA decides it's not worth and no longer allows their experts to testify at trial. This is the definition of witness intimidation. Ironically, this is the same thing Brennan and the Commonwealth accused me of doing, except much worse and with much more evidence. Leading an online mob that harasses witnesses with the goal of preventing them from testifying. They blame me for the behavior of others who have contacted Jennifer McCabe. They blame me for bad reviews of D&E Pizza. They blame me for alleged emails to Allie McCabe's college. So why isn't Brennan being blamed for this sort of harassment? Their stated goal is to prevent the ARCA experts from testifying at trial, and Brennan knows this and is encouraging the behavior. Hank Brennan is a morally bankrupt scumbag, completely devoid of any ethics, who can't fight or win fairly. He knows that his side doesn't have the facts or evidence on their side. He knows that if he does things the way Lally did them, the jury will never convict Karen Reed. So he's doing the only thing a mob lawyer like him knows how to, fighting dirty. Absolutely, Aiden. Well done, my friend. As always. Now, give me just 1 second here, folks. All right, shut the fuck up. All right. Thanks for waiting. Appreciate you guys. 1 second here. All right, phone lines are open. Let's take some calls. Hanging out with you guys a little bit. I want to hear what your all's thoughts are. Nan will be joining me tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific.
Call from
You're on. Who am I speaking with?
Clara.
Dina.
Hello, my favorite.
Hello, my other favorite.
My God, what a day in fucking Massachusetts.
Crazy, man. Fucking crazy.
Oh, I don't even know how to even.
I mean, it's not even that wild. Like, this shit is to be expected. Like, this is all like the defense, I think at this point is now privy to everything as to what to expect moving forward.
I know. And like you said too, the feds don't fucking announce this shit.
No,
like
man.
There's no way.
Or they hold a press conference or some shit. Right?
Yeah,
Now, look, remember, I forgot to make this point. Remember what Hank Brennan said during the Sandra Birchmore press conference, right? Or not Hank Brennan, what Josh Levy said. And the lead investigators in that case, they were saying that anything to silence witness, intimidation of witnesses, will not be tolerated. And If these men were witnesses that were employed by the feds, and there is a possible federal investigation, and Hank Brennan is using people like Karen Yak to intimidate them, like Dr. Wolf and his family, that is indictable. That is absolutely indictable.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I just been spending the day I work to double so that I have tomorrow off, because to me, tomorrow is such an important day to show support to Karen and the team. And I encourage anyone that can get time off or do whatever is to get down there and show our support, because living here in Massachusetts, I'm bullshit. And just Bev Canoni's just a cunt. And I've been saying it all day since all this came out. She's just a big loser cunt. And I'm going to say it a million times. But
here, I'll
boy, cunt.
You're a little cunt.
There we go. Yes.
Nice. And I got my car already. I got my American flags. I got my signs. Got everything. And this movement is never going to quit. Karen's going to be free. And all I can say
Karen
is
stronger than ever. I think Karen is stronger than ever. I think Karen right now is Rocky Balboa at the end of Rocky 3. Like,
yeah,
at the end of Rocky 3, like after the first fight with Clubber, then he's got to fight Clubber again at the end, but this time Apollo trained him and he's ready to go. Like, this is Karen. Karen is Rocky Balboa towards the end of Rocky 3. Best shape of her life.
Oh yeah. I mean, and they know a lot more than what we do. And it's just a big smoke and screen show, because they're fucking the Commonwealth's hiding even more shit. And Bev and her fucking rulings, it's just all bullshit. And
it is.
No matter what comes out, like what happened today, when evil comes out and stupid shit like this comes out like this, it always ends up in Karen's favor. So Karen's going to end up, this bullshit is going to go towards her favor. And I think the feds originally were investigating the investigation. So maybe that end of their investigation is over, and we don't know what other else.
That's what I said in my
led to.
That's what I said in my post in my page was that if they just ended the investigation, it doesn't mean that the investigation into Michael Morrissey has ended. I mean, that's just one case.
Exactly. And like I said, the feds didn't come out and do a press conference. This is just by some anonymous freaking person saying this. And then, more shit is just coming out. I just tuned it out and I'm putting you on right now, because you calm it all down and explain everything. And that's why we love you.
And I love you.
And I am so grateful that other shitty community, they lost you and we fucking gained you. And it's like a gift to get you.
Oh,
it really is.
It's a gift for me to have you guys. I mean, I've done nothing but grow, and I don't have to fucking deal with any of that bullshit drama anymore, man. It's fucking great.
Exactly.
Yeah. We're fighting for something that is clear as day, the right thing. So,
exactly.
You know what I mean?
I told my boss today, I'm like, look, either I have the day off Tuesday or I quit, because that's how much this movement means to me. And he's like, no, you got the day off. Don't worry about it. So, I mean, people here in Massachusetts, they know it. You talk to everybody, even law enforcement, they all know Karen's innocent, and everybody's just shaking their heads like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It's crazy. But I know everyone's trying to call in, and so I'm going to let you go. But I just want to say, if anyone can come down, if you can drive by, honk your horns, I'm going to be there at the crack of dawn. I don't even care that the trial don't start to 11. I'm gaining my parking spot I always get. I'm decorating my car up. I'm going to have my coffee out there. Anyone that wants to come down to join, come on down and have coffee with me, and let's show the fucking world that we're 100% behind Karen, And I'm sure there's going to be plenty of glazed donuts there tomorrow. And
Nobody's gonna eat
Bev
them
Canoni,
fuckers.
I can't eat one now.
That's
No
what I'm
way.
saying, dude. Thanks, Paul.
Thanks, Paul, you fucking piece of shit.
Fucking
But
gross.
we're strong and we love you, Glera, and thank you for everything that you do.
You're the best, Dina. Thank you.
You're the best, Will. In a non-restraining order kind of way.
I get it. Yeah.
Bye.
Later. Bye. Dina's just great. So, yeah, man. I think, I know a lot of people and a lot of channels will be streaming the trial, but just for my people who want to watch it with me, no matter how many it is, I'm going to stream it, I think, just for you guys.
Call from
Mark.
You're on. Who am I speaking with?
Hey, Will. How are you? My name's Mark McMullen. I'm from Massachusetts.
How we doing, Mark McMullen?
I'm doing good. So I'm a prospective juror. I have jury duty in Dedham on April 4th.
Ooh. Not anymore.
Great.
Yikes. Mark, what are you thinking, man?
I'm just thinking how much I can yell out in front of Judge Bev before I get arrested.
Oh, my God. Okay. I wanted to be made abundantly clear that I had no influence over this whatsoever.
None.
All I did was open my phone lines. That's all I did.
Yeah. Oh, no, none. I watch you all the time. I actually spoke to you once before about that broken taillight balloon.
Yeah, you wouldn't make it as a juror anyway. Like,
yeah, I hope not.
Is there any reason why? And then before they even finish the sentence, just be like, the glare, Your Honor. And then that's it. Like, she'll be like, okay, that's enough. Yes, I don't need to hear about Mr. Glare. You're dismissed. And then that would be it, bro. Mark McMullen, you're off the hook.
Nice. That's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah.
No, I honestly, I mean, I don't buy any of what this whole thing is going on. It's a big waste of money in the state. Yeah,
it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Everybody who pays taxes in Massachusetts should be pissed as fuck that this is happening.
We are. We definitely are.
Yeah, don't do that, man. Yeah, thank you, Nick Rocco. That's fucking crazy. Y'all are crazy. Pam McKinnon, thank you. I was calling a peasant, LOL, by Jules. Oh, you were called a peasant by Jules today? Jules is an idiot. They're all idiots. All those people on fucking Twitter, those trolls are idiots. Right, Mark?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not on Twitter, so I don't see any of it, but maybe, now that my name's out there, some of them will have something to say about me, and I don't care.
Okay. Tell me, what's your bowling average there, Mark McMullen?
I don't really bowl.
You don't bowl?
No.
Mark McMullen, I'm highly disappointed in you. What do you do?
I'm sorry.
Tell me, what's your hobby? What do you like to do? What's your thing?
I fix a lot of stuff. I'm a mechanic by trade.
Okay.
I ride a snowmobile. So we were up here. We were up north, riding in the snow last weekend. I enjoy that. And I go to the racetrack, racing cars.
Okay.
And
Right on. So how'd you get into this case?
I heard about it, and I thought it was very strange that just all of it. It just seemed really something wrong with it, and I've been following it. I follow a lot of you different people, and
let me ask you something. Taillight. Fix a lot of taillights?
Yep.
Okay. So you think a taillight on a Lexus could break on a guy's elbow like that? without causing
No
any
way.
broken bones?
Nope. And
Yeah.
the fact that the plastic on the outside is red because the LED lights on the inside are white.
Right.
If that broken as much as the pictures they showed in court, the light would look like a headlight, not a tail light.
Okay.
So that's where I'm at with that part of it. That's enough reasonable doubt for me to say that there's no fucking way that what they're saying happened.
Yeah, you wouldn't last past jury selection day one, I don't think.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'll get escorted out by the bailiff.
Well, you don't have to do all that, Mark. You could just be like, all right, peace, and get the fuck out of
here.
Yeah. You know, I'm not telling you not to exercise your First Amendment rights either. You know?
Yeah. Well, maybe I'll have a Glare T-shirt on, and then
there you go.
They'll send me out the door quickly.
Do you have one?
I don't have one yet, but I'll get online and order one.
Yeah, you got till April. Yeah, like the link is in the description for Teespring or whatever. Yeah, you can get one. Different colors, different sizes. Absolutely.
Nice.
And you get this neon design right here on it. You could even get a onesie for your baby.
Oh, well, my baby's almost 20 years old, so.
Hey, we got onesies for 20-year-olds too. No, we don't actually, but that would be cool. I'd rock one.
Nice. Well, I don't want to keep you. I mean, you have a lot of people that I'm sure want to talk to you.
All right, Mark McMullen. I can't wait to see you in your Glarus shirt, buddy. All right.
All right.
Have a good one, man.
Thanks. You too.
Call from.
You're on. Who am I speaking with?
Hey, Will, this is Kyle. And starting off, I want to thank you for the compliment on my beard. I lost it the other day because of spring coming.
Okay, this is Kyle. Okay, yeah, man.
Yeah,
very
yeah.
nice. You definitely got a good thing going. You were blessed in the facial hair department, my friend.
Yeah, too bad the stuff on top sitting down my back, though. You know.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway.
So what's up, man?
So well, it's just, you know, I've written this before and things like that, but when I came into this thing, I was completely neutral. I'd heard a bunch of static about the Karen Reed thing. Most stuff I listened to is law self-defense kind of coverage. And, you know, this wasn't that, but I heard a bunch of static. So I, you know, was drinking coffee, tuned into Emily D. Baker one morning, had this on, and day one, they lost me. Went in completely neutral, didn't know any of these people. They lost me. And as it went on, I just became more and more physically ill by this. I did 31 years for Dallas, so the injuries didn't make any sense when, you know, when they were describing them.
Right.
Nor did the scene. I mean, I've been hit on a scene before.
Okay.
About 30 plus miles an hour. And a glancing blow like they described felt like a brush against my pants, like the big old bruise on my side. I didn't lose any time on it, much less break a taillight. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
and, but I've got hundreds of wrecks, and you know, probably over 100 motor pedestrian accidents and stuff. Never seen anything like this.
Yeah, it's insane. Oh shit, what's up, Mizzy? Good to see you.
Yep.
All right, well, I agree with you, man. And thanks for calling. I really appreciate you, Kyle.
Yeah, I do have to confess, I'm not a real emotional guy, but I'm getting a little demoralized at this point. So
demoralized? What do you mean?
Demoralized, yeah. So
how so?
God willing, well, just with this latest thing from the feds and all that kind of stuff, assuming it's correct. I just, you know, it's like she's not going to get any relief from the state,
right?
And,
well,
I
mean, it's not over yet. You know,
yeah,
and you know, there's nothing wrong with having hope. There's nothing wrong with having faith. You know, it's a good thing. You know, and the Reeds, that's all they really ask from us is a little support and some faith. You know, they are fighting.
And I have spent some time in prayer on it. The other thing too is as a citizen, the fact that this can go on in front of the public like this
Right.
and nothing happened scares the bejesus out of me.
Well, sure, but things will get, something will happen. Something will happen that's going to get. I mean, Boston's already on the immigration czar, his radar. That guy's pretty intense, man. He's a little
okay.
intense.
Well, that's encouraging.
But yeah, he's already calling out the chief of police in Boston about and he said at the CPAC convention, he was like, "You're not even a cop." He's like, "I'm coming to Boston and I'm bringing hell with me." Yeah, man, it's crazy.
Hell followed with him.
Yeah, crazy, man. So who knows, dude? Who knows? Maybe the issue in Norfolk County will get the right ears, in the White House, and I mean, I'm not going to hold my breath for it, but anything could happen. I'd love to see that.
Look at how widely covered it is. Somebody up there's got to hear about this.
Right.
Yeah. So,
right. Somebody who can bend the president's ear. Hopefully is following it and sees what an outrage it is.
But I really enjoy your candor and unique turn of phrase here and there. You're not bad for a Yankee.
Well, I appreciate you, Kyle. I appreciate all the support. Thanks for all the super chats earlier.
All right.
That was really kind, man.
Yeah, and faith is real important, and say your prayers for her.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
I am a man of faith, most definitely. So,
all right. Well, God bless y'all.
You as well. Thank you. Yeah, Kyle turned out to be all right.
Call from.
You're on. Who am I speaking with?
Hey, this is Britt. Britt Happens.
What's up, Britt Happens?
Not a ton, at least in my life, but I'll be damned about today.
Uh-huh. What are your thoughts?
Well, people need to get their panties out of a wad, so to speak, at least until we hear officially from the Department of Justice. I mean, you went over this a little bit.
They don't do that, man, dude. And they have like a 98% fucking conviction rate, dude, as a result of their investigations.
They don't have that for nothing.
Right? They're not gonna fucking people with that kind of conviction rate. You don't just close an investigation. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
First of all, and then you sure as shit don't let the people you were investigating, because the only thing is you believe they're guilty of these crimes. You just can't prove it if you stop the investigation.
Exactly.
So they're not gonna they're not gonna call them up and be like, yeah, just to let you know, we're good now. That doesn't happen.
Exactly. And that stuff from the DOJ webpage you were sharing earlier, I had AI look at how often each of those methods by which they release, the closing of an investigation. So I had AI put it in order of like every case. With high publicity cases like this, especially.
Okay.
That was like the way that we're being told right now, a media leak. That is the second to last most often method that by which the Department of Justice releases that they're closing an investigation. So the top is like a press release, and then it goes down, and then it goes all the way at the bottom almost.
They always tell you, yeah.
Precisely. They want to be the ones to tell you, and we saw how freaking tight-lipped they've been about this leading up to today.
They either leave the investigations open or they end with indictments.
Yep.
That's it. Not with a phone call. Hey, yo, homie, I got you, bro. So y'all feel free to keep doing whatever the fuck it was y'all were doing before we started looking at you. Knock yourselves out. That doesn't happen, dude.
No. And the only way it's possible, I'm not saying that it's not possible, but the only way that this is possible So this is obligated to send a letter to individual subjects of the investigation and let them know via private letters whether they are pursuing charges.
I am not going to sign off on
I
encouraging
doubt it
people
too.
to I encourage everyone to exercise their freedom of speech in whatever productive way that they can, but I believe personally, I believe that the investigation is ongoing and they got it. Considering
I'm
press
with you.
considering the press conferences that we've seen Josh Levy hold in the past, and the most recent one by Foley, Leah Foley. I feel like they're doing their jobs. They're doing what can be done. I am confident in that still.
Well, it's like you said, they don't have a 98% conviction rate for nothing.
Right.
They are going to dig until they get to the very bottom of it. Look at what happened.
That's what I'm saying.
It took 3 years.
It stays
and,
open,
they wanted to know,
or it closes with indictments. That's it. There's no we're stopping the investigation. That doesn't.
They want to know how deep this rabbit hole goes and how wide this web is spun before they tell us shit. That's how it's going to go. And so, I would just tell everybody to not worry about that yet, at least not until we hear from an AUSA or, a DAG, some type of DOJ official. Don't worry about it.
Right. You got Bettero even saying, hey, calm down. It's, that's
exactly.
I mean,
Bettero
is rocking me in comfort. He's
too. You know how I don't know if you've ever
in a baby blanket
put
together by my
I don't know
grandmother.
if you've ever lost have you ever lost a loved one, Will, and then in the few days after, maybe that person's favorite species of bird starts popping up on your front porch, or their favorite song keeps coming on the radio, and it seems like the universe is giving you these little
I catch that shit all the time. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, that is how I feel about Bettero's tweets this week. With read the whole book before you come to the conclusion, or silence does not mean that nothing's happening. That's the same sentiment that I get.
I believe that too. Bettero cares about this case, and he cares about the community. So
100%.
But he's not going to do anything unethical. But if he can, if he can send a quick message, just of comfort, take comfort. Bettero has earned our trust in that sense. Trust in Bettero, my friends.
Yes.
That is the best advice I could give you. Trust in Bettero. Okay.
Yeah.
And Romy gifted 10 memberships. Holy Jesus.
Romy. We love her. Oh, did I lose you?
No, man. I was just giving Romy applause for the 10 memberships.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Romy, much deserving of all our applause. But I'm going to let you go. But I wanted to say that. Nice talking to you, by the way. I don't know if I've ever talked to you before.
I don't think so. But
all right.
I think I caught one or two of your streams. But yeah, good stuff, man. So everybody subscribe to Brit Happens. She has a channel. Case. So yeah, everybody subscribe to. If any of the mods who are subscribed to her can grab her link and drop it in the chat, that would be very helpful. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Will. Yeah,
No problem.
I like covering cases where shit is fucked up. Something's not adding up, something's funny. So I've been all over this.
Right on. Thank you so much.
You got it, man. Well, have a great night. Take care.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Call from.
You're on. Who am I speaking with?
Oh my gosh, I'm so behind on your stream. I didn't even know I was going to be on.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God, it's not that Dina.
Not that Dina. What's up?
How are
Muffin?
you doing tonight, sweetheart?
I'm doing fucking phenomenal. Okay.
Well, I'm glad.
Except for the condition that I'm suffering from, of course.
Is it called Cabernet?
No, it's called being fucking dope as fuck. Hell yeah.
Yeah. But you weren't doper than Gloria, the first caller. She's like my emotional sport animal. She's my emotional sport Massachusetts animal. She's like, she was just right on it. Just, fuck this. This is fucked up. And it is. I was listening to Melanie today, and the whole time, all I kept thinking is, this isn't real. She's like, right, we're in the upside down world. And thank God I don't put myself out there so that I can get myself jacked up.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you get jacked up here, they're just going to overcharge you and then double down every single time. And look, I totally believe that the feds
I love
might have.
I love how you're sitting here just fucking venting about fucking keeping your fucking shit together. That shit is fucking hilarious. He's just like,
it's been shockingly hard.
If I get fucking jacked up, then I'm gonna catch charges, and then they're gonna double down, and there's gonna be a fucking SWAT team, and they're gonna come and fucking throw fucking tear gas and shit. Like, yeah, you gotta relax.
I've had cops show up at my door.
Yeah.
And I get it. I mean, you. This is not like a light game in this state. You have cops show up at your door for one reason or another, and you step out, and that's what you do. And you say, oh, "Who's dead?" And that's basically where you start. Beyond that, you try to move back inside and keep them out. All right, that's just the life that we live. You don't want to be like on top of any of this.
Are you beating up Mr. Not That Dina? You're not giving him pile drivers and shit, right? Clotheslines in the kitchen.
No,
smacking him with frying pans and shit, skillets.
No, he's like 6'2" and totally pretty out. I just wish you would. No, I'm not even going to say that. No, he's
6'2".
Oh yeah.
Oh
he's
yeah.
Pretty old.
So he's packing some heat, right? I mean, we'll leave it at that.
I'm packing heat. Oh my god, I could kill him so easy. It wouldn't even be a thing.
He's 6'2". No, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. I'm talking about.
Oh no, yeah, no, he's packing some heat, but
yeah,
he's daddy. So, anyways, daddy number 2. Let me just say this. I think you fuck me up every time. I was trying to be like on point, and now I'm just like dirty and shit.
Never.
Why do you do that shit to me?
Never.
Why? Always. And
Never.
I really love Just Dream with Nan. Look at me trying to roll it back. I'm trying.
Listen.
You're working against me, but I'm trying.
Dude,
I love Just Dream with Nan.
Nan has a home
here. She's
bro.
funny.
She could be up here
whenever
she wants.
She's a good girl, and I'm very looking forward to tomorrow night when you have her back on. And
I'm stoked about it.
I think that's great the way you're working it, because like everybody and their brother has a stream going on during the trial. We're going to lean into Melanie or Emily or this or that because we want their legal advice. But I want the blowback. And now that you got Nan, you're the man on the spot. You're the, hey, you know what? I this whole thing just blew me up. And now I already got all this stuff. Let's see what she has to say. And I'm really glad that you're doing it this way. It's smart.
Well, listen,
it's smart.
I'm doing it. I do this to hang out with you guys, okay? And if I can not squander the insight of the mind of a mind like Nan's, then that's exactly what I'm going to do. She's fantastic. And so, yeah, like if I can have a conversation with somebody about the legal stuff that's over my head, then of course I'm going to be able to do that if I can. So I'm stoked about it. I love having her up here.
Well, I'm glad that you're doing it because she's a perfect compliment. I mean, Melanie's a perfect compliment.
Yeah, and I'll do
she's
streams with Melanie anytime she wants to, man. I love doing streams with Melanie.
Yeah, but Nan's a different kind of compliment. She's like the more educated version of you. Like she can lay it down, and she's not afraid of the words. So you know, she's kind of cool that way. So I'm glad you're doing it, and I thank you, and I'll be looking forward to it tomorrow night. And I love you. I love you. I love you so much.
We love you too here, not that Dana.
You have a wonderful night, and thank you for taking my call.
Anytime. Thank you, not that Dana.
All right. Bye-bye, sweetheart.
Bye.
Call from.
You're on. Who am I speaking with?
Hi, it's Donna. How are you, Will?
I'm doing great, Donna. How are you?
I'm good. I just want to say I totally agree with what you're saying. Like Federal, be calm.
Yeah.
The other side is always saying negative. This is our turn to
The other
stay
side is
positive.
always full of shit. Why should we think this is any different?
No, it's never changed.
Right.
And that's what I'm saying. I see a lot of people down tonight, and I'm just trying to uplift and say, we ain't got no quit.
We're good.
We ain't got no quit.
We're good, bro. We're sitting pretty.
And I thank you for all you do. On the toughest days, you're there. And we appreciate you, and we love you. And
you
keep
guys
on
are
doing
there
what
for
you're doing.
me. You guys are there for me on those tough days. So thank you.
That's what I'm trying to do. Just trying to uplift everybody. Let's take a positive path. Let's move on. Keep on the good fight.
Hell yeah. Totally, Donna. We're with
All
you
right.
on that.
We love you, Will. You
Love you
have a
too.
great night.
You too, Donna.
All
Thanks for
right.
calling.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Yo, I get the best fucking callers, bro. The best fucking callers, dude. Like, I have the best fucking chat ever. Okay? Well, fuck what anybody says. Bro, everybody just gave up on calling. Okay. Yeah, AJ's not gonna fucking jeopardize anything. Dude, these people are fucking kicking ass. They're not gonna do something stupid like that. And they know that Bev is waiting just to fucking catch him slipping. Now they know for sure.
Call from.
You're on. Who am I speaking with?
Trisha from New Hampshire.
What's up, Trisha from New Hampshire?
Nothing much, just going with the Free Karen Reed movement, and been a big fan of your show. I knew nothing about the case till I started watching the trial, and 2 weeks in, I was like, why is this even a trial? This is ridiculous.
Insane.
And I, you know, hopefully a brief story, real quick to, you know, it's nothing compared to what poor Karen's going through in any way, but when I was younger, I was dating someone out in Mass, and I had my car parked in front of his house for one night only because we went to a wedding, and I came back to a ticket that was left at a vacant house next door where my car was parked to me. And long story short, after 2 years, they were trying to tell me I was living there without paying taxes.
What?
Yes. So I get to court. I get all my stuff. I was still very young at the time. I was 19, so I was still living with my parents. I had
So
to
wait
have
a second.
them
You stayed there
come
for
with me.
one night, and then you got
One night. Yes.
You got
His
a
parents
letter
were religious,
saying
so they wouldn't let me sleep there.
that you weren't paying taxes on the property. What the
Yes.
fuck?
Yes, and his next door neighbor who owns the vacant house, it's kind of
Did
was
you
like
say,
a condo.
yeah,
They never
okay,
rented it out.
I'll pay the
Yeah.
taxes on the fucking
No.
house if I can have the house?
Right?
Is the house,
So
can I have it?
Yeah, so we go to court, and I even lost my license over this because they messed up my address, and I never got, because I was going to go to court to fight it, and I never got it. So I called them. I was like, hey, I rejected this ticket. I never got a court date, and it's on its way. It's on its way. Never got to me. So I lost my license in the state of Mass, and I didn't know. And what's weird is the day before I found, or the day after I found that out, I got pulled over in Mass, but they were looking for somebody that had just robbed somewhere. My car happened to fit the description. They let me go. Had they taken my license and I didn't know, they would have impounded my car. So long story short, I get to court with all the information I need. I'm all fired up. I'm ready to get up there. My father's there. My boyfriend's there. And they're like, oh, we lost the ticket. Your case is dropped after 2 years. Yes. After 2 years. So what I found out is my boyfriend's father works for a bank, and he's often in the court, and he was friends with the cop, and he had him throw it away. And I was pissed because I was like, no way, I wanted to fight that. I can't believe you did that. But it just goes to show it's all about who you know. So if this guy who doesn't even work in the courts, my ex's father, could just have this done, you can imagine what would happen in a situation like this.
Right.
These guys are like
what I can't get around is how Fanning was in charge of that jury, dude. Like, that is the craziest fucking thing to me about that whole trial. About
definitely,
even worse than the inverted video. Like, the fact that Bev allowed that is insane.
Yeah, it's disgusting. And she's corrupt anyway. And
She
after
has to
about
be.
a month in, I could see that
She has to be.
Yeah. And I just want to say, I love when the jury interview came out. I love that you were like no hold back the next day after you had slept on it. And I was just like, yes, somebody's saying what I'm saying. I'm like, these guys are idiots. And there's so many people, he's brave for coming out, which he was. But to hear the things we were hearing, and I'm glad
I
they
don't
did.
have anything personal against that dude. Like, either you got the stuff or you don't. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And the jury was just full of a bunch of people who didn't have the stuff. And the people who did have the stuff, they saw who they were and got rid of them. Fanning saw who they were and got rid of them. So
exactly.
It's all it was. It's just he didn't have the stuff. That's all. But he had the stuff to at least talk publicly. That's cool, But he didn't have the stuff for it when it really counted, is what I'm saying. And and I'm not saying nothing. I'm not trying to insult the guy. I'm just saying.
Yeah, absolutely not. He shed light on what the defense needed to know. But if I ever hear, what was the word he kept using again? I think I have trauma from it, so my brain blocked it out. Distractors. Thank you.
Distractors.
Every time I hear that, I was like hearing it in my sleep.
Because it's not even distracting. Like, the word distract or design, like, it speaks what the purpose of it being used in that way. It is. The purpose of it is to have a function. That function, that function is to deflect anything that the defense says and dismiss
definitely.
That was the
and
function
the reasonable doubt,
not distraction, distractor. It's and they're saying it's like to do that. What it does is it puts the defense in an offensive light towards the jury. They're doing this to you. They're distracting. This is a tool they're using to distract you. They're attacking you. It's a very, very slick psychological method that was used. So,
well, that coupled with Bev always reiterating questions that she didn't sustain, the way she would ask the questions that the defense did sounded almost a belittling tone, as if they weren't important questions, as if they were wasting their time as a jury. So it's like, that's not, you sustain and you move on, you know what I mean? Or you let them say what they got to say, or say it a different way. It's the same answer, just like LT cops say. They're like, it's the same freaking answer. Who cares how many different ways I say it? Like,
right.
What does that even matter? But you're completely right. Instead of it being proof of, to support the defense, they called it distractors. And I thought my head was going to blow off that night when I was watching that on Turtle Boy Live. And I'll just say, because I know that other people want to get in, but I'll leave with this, is that I was blown away the fact that they were hung up on manslaughter when they came to not guilty on the other two charges, the largest one being second-degree murder. And they used the same logic it's the same proof
Makes
that
no
they use
sense,
to come to the
right?
conclusion for those, but they're
Right.
not doing it for the manslaughter. It just doesn't make
And
it make sense, man.
and the guy was really transparent, but it made it very easy for me to judge him as a juror.
Yeah.
So like he was just
Yeah.
so transparent because he's like, we only focused on the facts of the case, and what the facts were was that she was drunk and she was driving and he ended up dead. And I'm like,
Yeah.
those were all of the facts. Anything else that was
Yeah.
presented as fact with proof
3 months of a trial.
by the defense during this trial was just dismissed as a distractor. Like, so no, these were facts too. Those were not the only facts of the case. You were presented with a lot of facts. You just allowed somebody to manipulate you into dismissing them as distractors, quote unquote.
100%. I want to know who said that, but I think we all know.
Oh,
So
dude, yeah, Fanning, and then
Yeah.
he handled the foreman, and the foreman was handpicked by Bev.
Yep.
Yeah, like if it fucking smells fucking like a duck, quacks like a duck, waddles like a fucking duck, it's a duck.
Yeah, no shit. And they're going harder after the people with the
Yeah.
rubber duckies than they are.
Yeah. If Fanning was in
It's
charge of that
disgusting,
jury,
the whole
dude, if Fanning was in charge of that jury, dude, that jury was fucked.
Oh, they knew.
Yeah.
Yeah, they knew. Well, I don't want to keep it because I know people are trying to call in, but it was nice to finally speak with you, and I love your show and hoping to talk again at some point.
All right. Thanks for calling. I
All right.
appreciate you.
Yep. Take care, Clara.
All
Bye.
right. Bye-bye.
Call from
Stacy.
You're on. Who am I speaking with?
Hey, Will, it's Stacy from Connecticut.
Stacy from Connecticut. What's going on, Stacy from Connecticut?
Oh my God. Do I have to
Can you-
turn off
can-
my
yeah.
iPad to talk to you? Okay, I'm gonna put
Yeah.
it on pause. Okay.
It's a distractor.
Oh wait.
The
I'm so sorry. Hold
distractor.
on. Sorry. Listen, this is my first time calling, and now my TV's going off, and I can't find my remote. And listen, I've been watching the Karen Reed trial since it came out. I found Turtle Boy, found all of you guys, and I'm just like bewildered.
Okay.
I'm just like, this is it's really, really crazy. And believe me when I say, Connecticut is the same way.
Okay.
They will try, they will try to frame you to take a plea. And
Connecticut.
that's
You,
all-
you know what's interesting about Connecticut?
yeah. I'm not originally from Connecticut.
Go on.
I'm from New York. I'm from Yonkers, New York, which is one exit from the Bronx. So, I moved to Connecticut like 20 years ago, and all of a sudden, I used to take trips to Mass with the kids, but I never knew Mass was that freaking fucking corrupt. And you know what?
I didn't either.
Like everybody says, it could be any one of us women that it could happen to. And she rounds up with the freaking wrong people.
I mean, it could happen to a man too,
It always does.
This isn't
It
a
happens to
woman
the best of us.
empowerment thing, bro. I'm just kidding.
Listen.
Actually, it kind of is. What Karen Reed is doing right now is like pretty badass.
You know how freaking fucking happy I am? She's got a Hollywood lawyer. She's got Alessi from New York City, and she's got oh my god. I'm so excited. I'm talking to you. But really, she's got a freaking team that she's gonna win, and they're gonna battle against every single thing. And now they got this fucking Pee Wee Herman here. Okay. And I'm so fucking tired of hearing his shit. And you know what? Somebody said, I miss Lally. Like, really? We do. Because this motherfucker's lying every which way he can go. And he gets Bev's fucking underwear all in a ruffle that she needs a White Claw right now. I'm leaving. I'm going to the Cape. I'm out of here. Like fucking for real. This is such a line of bullshit. And I swear, if this is not written in textbooks, when Karen Reed is done and finished with this shit, I bet she's going to do it, and I'll be right fucking behind her. I swear, I wish I was there. I wish I was there, because I look at all these people that are protesting and everything else, and I'm like, fuck, I want to fucking be there so bad, because, you know, it sucks.
Stacey, I see you. You got to watch your blood pressure. You remind me, Stacey from Connecticut. You remind me of the guy in Casino that was in the Kansas deli.
Yeah,
and he was talking, you know, and if it's Green himself, I'll bury that fucking bastard. And like he just kept talking, and they kept making him go to Vegas, and he kept bitching about having to go to Vegas.
I'm fucking on the phone with you, and I can't freaking, like, I need a metropolol right now, or an elmodipine, whatever I fucking take, okay?
You don't know what you take? Okay.
I do know what I take. Get
a hold of what medicine you're supposed to take in your mind,
oh my
and then
God.
take it as directed by your physician. Directed by your physician, please.
Listen, I'm from New York, near the Bronx, and I moved to fucking Connecticut, and these motherfuckers are assholes. And then I gotta hear what's going on in Massachusetts with a fucking innocent woman.
You don't have to hear it, but
yeah, I do hear it. Oh, come on, I don't have to hear it. Stop your bullshit. Don't fuck with me. I even snort. They call me the nanny. They call you the
nanny? Why? Why do they call you the nanny?
Yeah, because I sound like the nanny.
Is it because you look like Hulk Hogan?
No, I look like the nanny, actually. Shut up! I've been meaning to talk to you. You know, and finally it's a slow night, so I freaking called in. I said I'm calling Will. That's
right
it.
On. I'm glad you did, Stacey.
You know, thank you. I'm so freaking pissed, man. I watched this, and listen, every woman, like Melanie Little had like almost 7,000 people in her chat today.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that shows how much we care.
Yeah.
You know, we care so much about what's going on with her, with Karen Reed and Turtle Boy. And I love him, by the way. He kills me, man. I fucking laugh. I laugh at the things he says. You know, like come on your face and shit. Like, I'm like, Aiden, do you really have to? You know, like you don't really have to do that or say that. But I'm like, I could be walking to the bathroom and I'm like, I hear him, what he's saying. I'm like, I have to walk out of the room. I do. But he cracks me up, you know. I just wish him freedom from this bullshit. And I wish Karen Reed, Karen Reed, the best. And you know what, Will? When you go there, they love you so much, and I see it. And you know, thank God for you.
Thank God for you, Stacey.
I said, you know what? I said, do I watch a movie or do I watch Will? And sometimes I can watch two at once because I do watch horror flicks. But I'm like, I can't fucking hear what Will is saying, so I go, oh, and
it's a no-brainer, Stacey. Okay.
Somebody had me on the phone, and then I go, Will's still on, right? 2 hours. I plug you in. I'm like, yes, he's still on. But thank you for all you do, hon. We love you so much.
We love you too, Stacey. We all love you. Everybody in the chat loves you right now. Absolutely.
Yeah, I can't stand this motherfucking bullshit. You know, like they're pulling every fucking trick in the hat, and now he's lying. Get the fuck out of here.
Been lying.
You know, you lie, and then have fucking Aunt Bev and the fucking Tootsie. Get the fuck out of here, dude. Get out of here. It's bullshit.
It is bullshit.
I fucking it. My fucking listen. I do have to take 2 blood pressure meds.
You gotta
Going
watch.
to the
You
doctor
gotta watch that,
tomorrow.
man. I don't want you to fucking keel over on the phone with
No,
me
I
here.
know.
Those.
No, but
This
you
isn't
know,
that kind
I
of
got
show. I don't know what the fuck kind of show you think I'm
No,
running here, Stacy. Okay,
No, but
we're not morbid like that here. You understand?
I know, but I'm from New York.
This is
I
a
can't help
family
it.
fucking program that
Shut the fuck.
that kids shouldn't watch.
Oh my god. No, I don't have kids. I live alone. So thank God for that. But Will, thank you. Mwah, 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 mwah. We love you. We love you, Will. We love Melanie. We love Mark Federer. We love the team. Alan. We fucking love everybody. Okay? Who's covering, and even Brother Counsel, he's chiming in, you know. I actually like listening to Brother Counsel. He explains it in English. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he does.
But yeah, he does. And you hit us on to Brother Counsel, and now Brother Counsel is covering it, and we thank you for that as well.
Well, I mean, he was covering it anyway, but yeah, no.
Yeah, but you know what? The grifting thing got me fucking going, right?
Shit is
What
funny.
is a grifter? What is
No.
a grifter? Okay, I'll let you take the next call. Thanks, Will.
Thank you. I appreciate you calling. All right, bye-bye.
Oh, we love you. Thank you, hon. Bye.
Love you too. Bye-bye.
All right, bye.
All right. Phone lines are closed, people. And it has reached that time of the evening, that time where we say good night, my friends. Yes, I know, buddy. We're done, homie. That's what we're gonna do. Daddy's gonna eat another gummy. We're gonna watch a movie. We're gonna cuddle. It's gonna be fucking magical, my man. All right. Yeah, y'all. Anyways, folks, you guys are absolutely fantastic. Make sure to join me tomorrow, 6 p.m. Eastern. I will have only Nan Gallagher, LaFerrio on the channel again. And we will be discussing whatever is to come from tomorrow's hearing. Still haven't absolutely decided that I'm going to stream the hearing, but if anybody wants to join me, and if I do, I'll be very grateful and I'll enjoy hanging out with you guys. So we'll see. But anyways, guys, thank you guys. Make sure to hit the like for me because it really helps me out. And make sure to subscribe, double check, make sure you're still subscribed. YouTube likes to unsubscribe from people. And if you're new subscribers, I hope you're enjoying the channel. I'm really enjoying hanging out with you guys. So really, I hope that you guys are enjoying this. But yeah, and make sure to hit the notification bell so you guys know that so you guys will know when I'm going live. And thank you guys for all of the support. You guys are incredibly supportive and generous, and I'm so grateful to you guys for that. Yeah, it looks like hopefully maybe another trip to Boston is in the works soon. So anyways, guys, and you won't know when it's happening until I'm there, but I love you guys very much. You guys are absolutely fantastic. And we will do this again very soon, my friends.